Hey everybody, what's going on? Dave with you. Hope everybody's doing good, doing cool. Thanks for joining in. Let's get right to it. First of all, let me do the head wave. Well, head wave is a hip hop dance move that I used to do really well. I'm sitting down right now, but you you know do something like this, and this is some hip hop moves. Just messing around a little bit. Anyway, thanks for joining in. I'm going to talk about the importance and the very, very, very powerful form of hip hop, a great art form that is so tremendous, is so overwhelming. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Um, Hip hop is celebrating 50 years. Yes, 50 years in 2023. That's right. Hip hop will be 50 years old. Let's talk about the relevancy of it, the importance, the good, bad, the ugly, and why this art form is so particularly uh, dominating and has done so incredibly well over the last past five decades. Hip hop originated in New York City, USA, in the 70s. Uh, it was something that came out of the urban environment where people would use beats and turntables and rhyme over those beats and form these awesome songs. They would come together in the parks in the Bronx and do something called a battle rap. Battle rap, for those that don't know, is when two people are going against each other, competing against each other on who can outrhyme the other person. Whole lot of beefs, whole lot of violence, whole lot of negativity was stopped because people got together in this very positive, unique way to share their talents and skills instead of using bats, guns, and knives to settle differences. So in the 70s, very late 70s, this interesting art form came to life. And it came out of the Black culture. There were contributions from the Latino culture, but it is primarily a Black urban culture art form that has really cultivated into this enormous worldwide art form of fun, style, sophistication, and just plain old coolness. Yes, it's so overwhelmingly cool and great, and it has done some terrific things. Now, throughout the years, uh, it has been blamed for many things: uh, gang violence, promoting misogyny, promoting all these stereotypical images of women in a very despicable way. It was um, labeled as this particular art form, not music. It wasn't even considered music in the 70s, even in the 80s. It was just considered something that these street people in New York and on the East Coast were doing to pass the time and put down people and just disparage women and different other people over some really catchy beats. Now, is that true? I don't believe that it's true in a sense that it was aimed to do that. Now, some people have done some really ugly things with hip hop and, dissing different cultures, different lifestyles. Some people did that and they should be called out for that. That's true. You shouldn't discriminate against any person, whether their background, gender, lifestyle. But overall, it was to help promote a certain unique art form of voice that many people in that particular community or those communities didn't have. The legendary hip hop artist Chuck D said it is or was hip hop the voice of the people, the CNN of urban culture. And I'm paraphrasing. And it was, and it still is. Definitely back in the 70s and 80s. And it really has done some inspirational things. Now, let's talk about some of the elements of this really awesome art form of hip hop. You have the elements of graffiti. That's where you'll see people doing designs on walls, on buildings, in urban environments, and just throughout different communities. You have something called the scratching. That's the scratching of the beats, the music, put in on the turntables when the DJs do their thing, scratching beats, scratching songs. Now you got different computerized systems that do that. You also, of course, have the rapping, the rhyming. And some people think that rap is all there is to hip hop. No, it's not. There are other elements, like I said. Rapping is one of them. Is one of the key ones. Rhyming over beats and a really strong, natural cadence with a great delivery. No, it's not just that. It's also clothing. Yes, the clothing style. So, and I'm paraphrasing again. I believe KRS-One or LL Cool J, legendary hip hop artist, paraphrased and said, my favorites too, that hip hop is a lifestyle. It's not something you do, it's just something who you are, something you came out of. So it's different elements to it. That's what makes it such an incredible, powerful art form and music form. So I want people to get that understanding for those who don't know that. There are still some people who are not familiar with that and not aware that rap, i.e., hip hop, will turn 50. Yes, the big 50 in 2023. And not only that, it has grown so well throughout the decades where it's a commercialized art form in music. You see it in the commercials. Corporate America has taken part of it. In the Super Bowl, you had the West Coast artists, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, performing at the Super Bowl. And, it just really has done so many things that are influential as well as inspirational. Because, see, for something that came out of a community that has been disenfranchised, devastated through oppression, through all kinds of different forms of discrimination, for them to galvanize, to create this really special art form and for it to take off as it has done, it's just truly remarkable. And I have to give props to that. Now, there's some things about it that need to be tightened up. Like, yes, like I mentioned before, there were a few people here and there who made songs that were just pretty much, not tasteful. And that is something that is not good. But that is not the whole representation of this really extraordinary art form of hip hop. And there's one particular dance I would also like to mention that will be featured in competition in the Olympics coming up in Paris in 2024. And that's breakdancing. Salute to that. That's something I can never master. I mean, I used to, like I said, do the pop and lock a little bit, but breakdancing was a really special talent, really special skill. I would get down and I would move around. There are awesome videos on YouTube, and I encourage ones to check them out. It's really aerobic. It's almost it's like gymnastics, and it's going to be a new form of competition in the Olympics coming up in 2024 in Paris. So I wish everyone would check that out and get even much more of a better understanding about hip hop. You'll see more information about it as well as enjoy it. It's so inspirational again because there are many people now are going through different troubling times, critical times, in which they always have been, and in the future. I mean, that's how life is, unfortunately. But we'll try to take all the bad apples and try to turn them into something positive. Take a lemon and turn into lemonade in life. That's what we want to try to do as human beings, whether you are black, white, brown, yellow, rich, poor, whatever. We all face different trials and tribulations. And I'm introducing, again, hip hop as a means of motivation and inspiration for once, because, again, for this art form to have taken off the way it has, starting off really with peanuts. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I have to give much props to that. And again, this is something that is dear to me, and I wanted to share that because there is, again, hasn't been a whole lot, or at least enough recognition given to it, because in some sectors, again, it's still not recognized as a real true art form and music. But no, it's to me a classic art form and classic style music. And again, it was birthed in the late 70s. It also, there was people rhyming in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, um, and their music. So it's really morphed from the 70s into hip hop to a more urban street culture. And that's not to denigrate it or downplay it when I say street culture, because street culture is magnificent in what it has done. It just doesn't get the credit or the validation as it should. And hopefully this video will help do that and help educate ones and inspire ones. I want people to come on this video to be inspired by this particular art form. When you feel as though that you might want to even create some sort of art form or some sort of dance or some sort of trend, you can do it. It just take insight, vision, most of all, passion. Something that you care about, something that you love, and something that you want to see come to fruition. And that's what had happened with hip hop. They never believed, many people back then, that it will become this huge major success, like the Jay-Z's of the world, Drake's, even Kanye. I mean, this has taken on a life of its own. It's just spectacular, and all the words I'm using are true. They're genuine because it's what it represents, and I want people to be inspired by that, and be motivated by that. That's the main point. You can read different articles about it on how it made other contributions in society, in which it did. It influenced different other industries in a really unique way. Like I said, before, the sports industry, the automotive industry, even the medical industry. I'm sure in some way it has had some sort of influence. Um, and again, you know, rap and hip hop, let it be a means of not just entertainment, but of art form or an avenue of inspiration and encouragement to all people, not just people who are from a certain particular urban background, but everyone. So again, thanks for joining in. I hope you appreciated this video. And that's kind of a hip hop move. You see that? So what you do is I'm gonna do a little tutorial. Take your hand like this, right? We're gonna do it in steps. 1, break it down, your wrist. 2, okay. 3, 4, 5. So it's sort of like a locking type thing. Practice that. Take your time doing that. Have fun most of all. And even do a slower into a wave. Popping and locking. That was another type of style of dance of hip hop. So again, enjoy it, be motivated by it, learn from it, learn the different people who have contributed to it greatly, and you'll see that it just makes the world an even more special place. Again, it's not perfect. No art form, no form of music is perfect as well. I salute it. Rock and roll, jazz, indie music. I love that. Country, Western, classical, you name it. They all have great contributions, and they all have done some phenomenal things in the world of culture and the world of art. So again, as I'm starting to close out, practice with me. It's all about, the wave or the lock. I think I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Go like this. So, do that. It is entertaining, it's fun. It'll actually help you lose weight. It's an exercise. And again, it'll make you even more cooler. So I'm saying, so hey, hip hop, let me give you a shout out. All right now, 50 years. Yes, 50 years in 2023. Can't believe it. It's been around. It's going to continue to stay around, hopefully for not only another 50 years, but another 100 years, and on and on and on and on. And how that happens is when we celebrate it, teach about it, be inspired about it, and just most importantly, have fun with it. Yes, hip hop is cool. It's so unique, and I'm just thankful for it. So, everyone out there, please like this video. Please share it. They're older ones. That's another reason why I did this, because there are people who still don't understand it in different lands, uh, different age groups, because it did originate in urban culture in the late 70s in the Bronx or New York City, USA. So let them know about it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see an older woman, an older man in their mid 80s, maybe 90s, doing the wave a little bit. And you can do it. Even breakdancing. Well, if you get down there and breakdance, hey, more power to you. But yes, help you guys have a great day. I love you. Peace out. All the best to you. Again, keep on rocking on. Most of all, keep on hip hopping on. You got it. Thanks for joining in.